welcome back to Life with Keezy and Breezy. It's your girl Breezy in London. Yay! So, today we are here with another video. Today's video is going to be a story time on our labor and delivery, on how London got here. Woo! So, yeah, for just a quick tip, real quick, she's going to be very mixy, as you can see already. And I'm going to try to get through this video as quick as possible. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into this video. So, we're going to start off with July 2nd. She was born on the 3rd. July 2nd was the day of my second baby shower. And this baby shower was in Savannah, Georgia. I had just turned 9 months, like the week before, I think, whatever, because she was born 37 weeks and 4 days. I don't got time to think too much. That baby shower was in Savannah, Georgia. Mind you, now I wasn't supposed to travel, but I had to make it to my other baby shower. My first one was in Charleston with my family. The second one was in Savannah with his family. So, yeah. We're on our way to the baby shower. We're running late, so obviously we're rushing. And, when we got to the city, we didn't know where to go in the city because we hadn't gotten the address yet. I believe we did have invitations beforehand, but we didn't even look at it. So, we were waiting on somebody to call us back with the address. So when we got in the city, we pulled over to in this gas station parking lot, told somebody to reach us back with the address. So we got the address. We pulling out the gas station parking lot. Now mind you, in this gas station, well, when you're coming out this gas station parking lot, in order to make a right turn, there's a traffic light, and then in order to make a right turn, you gotta yield. So if you can't go, you gotta obviously stop. So it was me and my sister, my daddy in one car, my mom, my granddaddy, and my granny in another car. So we're ahead of my mom and them. My sister go up to make her right turn. She got to stop. Mind you, my mom's behind her. She's not paying attention. So what did she do? She hits us in the back. Who's sitting in the back of the car? Me, the only pregnant person. It wasn't bad at all. My sister had damage to her car, but my mom didn't have any damage to her car. But it wasn't even a hard hit, though. So I feel like I didn't need to go to the hospital. So we went to the baby shower. So the whole time going to the baby shower, the whole time at the baby shower, my mom is just like, are you okay? Is she moving? Like, she just talking to me while I'm sitting up front and she's sitting out at one of the tables or whatever. I'm like, I say, Mom, she probably just sleeping. So time go by. It's like the end of the baby shower after we done open the gifts and everything. And after the gift opening was when the baby shower ended. So she came up to me. She was like, Brianna, she ain't moved yet? I say, no, Mama, she probably just sleeping. And then, like, literally, when she walked away, London moved again. And I ran up to her. I was like, Mama, she moved. Okay, we good. We gotta go to the hospital. She's like, Brianna, I still think you need to go to the hospital. And then, so I was like, all right, Mama, we can go to the hospital. That's fine. And she's like, you want to go here or you want to go in Charleston? Come up here. Come on. Come up here. It only takes an hour. It only takes an hour and 30 minutes to get from Savannah to Charleston. But I was like, we can go here. It's fine. Because I know we're not going to be there long. So, let's just go here. So, we get to the emergency room here. And the amount of time we would have waited in the emergency room, we could have just gone back to Charleston. So we did that because as soon as I got in there, like they didn't even feel the need to take me straight to triage or whatever. After I done tell them what happened, yada yada yada. So we came back home to Charleston. Well, we went back home to Charleston. I live in Savannah now. Sorry. London, you gotta tell your story. So we came back home to Charleston. It only took me like 30 minutes to get in the back to triage. I got in the back at 12 on the dot. So I get in the room, I get undressed and everything, and then they start hooking me up to monitors. So the nurse comes in and she starts telling me like their procedures and stuff for people who's been in like car accidents or had falls or whatever. They're supposed to be monitored for 4 hours. So therefore we would have left at 4 a.m. So she was being considerate. She was like, I'm sure y'all wouldn't want to leave like in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. So I just let y'all go at breakfast time. Breakfast time for them was 8 a.m. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we being monitored throughout the night. They coming in, moving the monitor every time she moves, yada yada yada. She was very active. Then 8 a.m. comes around. So at 8 a.m. her heart rate decides to drop. So therefore I had to stay another 2 hours to be monitored. I'm like, okay. Then so throughout that little time frame or whatever, heart rate still fluctuating, whatever. 10 a.m. comes, your heart rate drops again. They say, okay, so we're gonna keep you here for another 2 hours. I'm like, all right. And then the lady was like, we gonna call the doctor, because in situations like these, in situations like this or whatever, we can't really like just let you go just like that, because her heart rate keep dropping. You know, when I leave to go home, who God knows what could have happened. So she calls the doctor, and the doctor makes he said when he gets there, he's gonna make the decision to whether we're gonna deliver that day or not. I wasn't ready at all. On the 3rd was when I was gonna start packing my stuff to leave. I mean, to go to the hospital. I hadn't packed anything because I was like, I'm just 37 weeks. I got time. No, boo-boo, I had no time. So the doctor gets there, and literally like within about 10-15 minutes of him being there, the nurse came in and was like, we're gonna have a baby today, because her heart rate keeps dropping and they just don't want to risk it, and they just didn't want to take a chance. So I'm like, Mom, I don't have any clothes. I don't have my backpack. I don't got London's backpack. What the heck am I gonna do? So, we called Logan and his family, and they came straight on down. And luckily we got to him before he got to church, because where he goes at on that Sunday, that's the first Sunday. Where he goes out on Sundays, he doesn't have any service. So he would have missed the birth of his baby if he was at church. He would have, because Logan can't even get a call from Jesus out there. But anyways, the doctor starts me on Pitocin, and I was probably on that for about 3 hours or so. I got started on Pitocin probably like, I don't know, whatever. I was on there for about 2 to 3 hours. And then, so everybody's just chilling. Logan and I get there, and we are just like hanging around talking. I'm on the Pitocin, And then a swarm of nurses comes in, and like one nurse is moving my monitor, telling me to move left, turn on my right, do this, do that, lay flat, blase, blase. Another nurse is handing me papers to sign, explaining, explaining the consent forms. Another nurse is getting Logan's jumpsuit and whatnot, and the doctor is standing there explaining to me what's about to go down. So I wasn't ever really scared of having a C-section, but the way they made it seem, like, or the way they went about it, it would scare the crap out of you. So I had to get a C-section, and my room was directly across from the surgery room. My family didn't even know I was getting a C-section until I was actually getting the C-section. Because only two people could be in the back at a time. And it was just Logan and his friend back there with me at the time. So his friend went out and told my family that I was getting surgery, and I was already back in the surgery room. So yeah. Then London, you getting me off track. I thought we could do this story together. I'm sorry, y'all. So what it is? Yeah, I'm getting the surgery, and Logan had to sit out the room for 5 minutes until they did my spinal tap. Now, I don't know if a spinal tap and an epidural is the same thing, but when I tell you that junk hurt, I have very low pain tolerance. And that spinal tap tapped my behind. You understand me? That's when the waterworks started. London, can you sit down? That's when the waterworks started. Here. And then they had to stick me 3 times. The first time I was too tense. The second time they numbed the right side of me. Then the third time they numbed the left side of me. It didn't numb me instantly. I had to kind of wait for it to work. It took less than 2 minutes though. Or it took like right at 2 minutes, whatever. So I could still feel my feet when I was numb though. So I was like wiggling my feet. They pulled the sheet up, and I'm like wiggling my feet for them to see that I could still feel. Because I thought like I wasn't supposed to feel jack at all. And so before they started, Logan was coming in, and then I was like, excuse me real quick. Am I still supposed to feel my feet? Because like I can still feel my feet. And the doctor was like, the nurse just pinched you as hard as she could, so you obviously can't feel anything because you didn't do anything. So yeah, we got this. And then like when I hold my finger up, they threatened to tie me down because I was talking with my hands. I'm like, y'all just don't know how to make this a pleasant experience. Like, I was scared as crap. Anyways, continuing. So I'm still crying. They start cutting. I was so scared that I was going to feel them cutting me because, like, I could feel everything, but it didn't hurt. The only thing that spinal tap did was just stop pain. It didn't stop any type of feeling. I could feel them pulling and tugging and blase, blase. That surgery took about 5 minutes. And then she was out. All she did was, and that's it. She was quiet for the rest of the time. Then they took her over to the scale and everything, and they wiped her off and they weighed her. She was 5 pounds 7 ounces. She was born at 4:33 p.m. on July 3rd, 2016. She was so freaking pretty. and she was tiny as crap. Y'all, when I tell y'all, she looked like every splitting image of me when I was a baby. I was like, just me, like all day. And now everybody thinks she looks like her dad. She has some of his features, but to me she doesn't really look like him. Just sometimes she can, but she don't really like look like him to me. But yeah, the story isn't as long as I could make it, but it was pretty fair. I didn't want to make this video too long. We were in the hospital for like 3 days. They offered me an extra day, but I didn't take it, and I regret not taking it. By the end of my hospital stay, I was up and moving. I wasn't letting anything stop me, and I knew my family was going to treat me like I was crippled, but I wasn't having it. They're like, Brianna, sit down. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. I was like, no, I can't sit down. I don't got time for that, and I got a whole baby now. So, like, I need to be moving, baby. I need to be moving. And, like, it was amazing. Now, while I was in the hospital, I couldn't really care for her as much. I did, but I had a lot of help. And the pain was just too unbearable at the time. Like, while I was just in the hospital. When I didn't move until 24 hours later, or like 26 hours later, whatever. I didn't move until 6 o'clock the next day, and I was to take a shower. When I tell y'all, see, because you don't know when your like epidural or spinal tap or whatever wears off, because you're just sitting in the same spot constantly the whole time, just waiting on it to wear off. I had like leg warmers or whatever on my legs to keep the blood flowing. I had a catheter. I didn't know when I was peeing. The whole 9 yards. But like it was something serious. The pain, I couldn't do it. I like literally bent. I was bent like over. I was like hunched over the whole entire time I was in the shower. And I cried the whole entire time I was in the shower. The nurse didn't help me wash up, by the way. And I cried. I was still crying when I got out the shower, and when I was putting on my clothes, when I got back in the bed, when I was sitting in the bed. I probably didn't stop crying till about 30 minutes to an hour after I was just sitting down in the bed and they had to give me some more pain medicine. That's how bad the pain was. I can't take pain at all, bro. No pain. Cramps make me feel like I'm dying. It's just not the business for me. But is there anything else I could add to this story? I don't think so. One piece of advice I can give to people who's like about to go through this process is to stay around positive people. No negativity whatsoever. She's making a complete mess down here. I just want to let y'all know. Stay around positive people, please. If you think anybody's going to piss you off or bring negative energy around, let them know you got to go. I'm telling y'all. Postpartum hit me. I had it a little bit before I had her, but the day I left the hospital, that thing was on and popping. And it didn't calm down until probably about a month ago or so. But like I get and she's 1 now. It probably didn't calm down until she turned like 11 months. but I still get moments to where my mind would just take off, and like you kind of don't realize what's going on until you get a chance to sit and think about it. Some people can't identify it, but I can identify when I'm having like postpartum moments to that. But that's in a whole nother video. I'll talk about that later. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this crazy labor and delivery story. It wasn't too much, but it was a lot. It was. So be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If y'all want any more baby like videos, baby related videos, comment down below and let me know. Like, let's be friends. If y'all got any questions about like what my experience and stuff was, give me some questions. I do a Q&A on like just straight baby stuff, bro. Straight pregnancy stuff. So yeah, just let me know. Comment down below anything you need to. Let me know. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Blow kiss. Hey, blow kiss. London. London. Blow kiss. Here you go. Whatever. Bye, y'all.
Stay down. You come up, and that up. It's been a long time, long grind, time to shine, gotta get rich. Fuck the niggas, fuck the bitches, ain't got time for y'all.